Where's some water? Guess we'll do it like that. Back out for Landon. All right, good day. Good to be back out there. First day of live contact, tackle to the ground kind of stuff. And I told the kids, it's so important because, when you're in Thud, and our kids do a good job in Thud, but, you always hear, I had him right there. I'd have got him on the ground, or he wouldn't have tackled me right there. I'd have run him over, or I'd have made him miss, or whatever. Well, when it's live to the ground, then, there's no debating. You either do or you don't. You either make the play or you don't. And so it's the balance, especially early in camp. I think that stuff's important. I thought we had a good competitive day, had 3 different live sessions during practice. Kids were, pretty juiced up for it and went at each other pretty good, which is good. And so great film to get better from.
Do you feel like the defense almost relishes this day more just because they can finish that tackle, or do you still hear it from the offense too?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I think, the defensive kids, we had a really good practice on Monday. I really thought the offense responded today. And, that's what I'm talking about is, a couple of those tackles we didn't make, inside run. We'd block a play up perfectly. The defense would play it perfectly. You'd have a free hitter versus a running back in the hole. And I thought our backs did a good job today of making the play, and not getting tackled, one-on-one as much. So I think it's good for both sides. But, the defense always gets juiced up when it's live.
A week now in practice in North Carolina Heat. How are the big boys holding up? How is the offensive line holding?
They're doing fine. It's certainly a conditioning thing. The first few days they struggled. We had to pull back on some reps with a couple of the kids. But, today they all went their full racks, and so, they're getting there.
Do you feel like the compete level dials up on a day like today? Or,
Yeah.
Not that it's down, but.
No, I think it's certainly. I prodded them a little bit this morning before we got going too. So it's, that's what they do. They compete, and that's. I don't worry about that piece. Now the execution and then doing things right. That's where we got to continue to improve. But they'll go out there and they'll compete.
I know the inside guys love that goal line period. Did you guys go ahead and give them that?
Well, what we did, we did a 2-point shootout kind of deal to start practice. So that's a little bit different than goal line. But at the end of practice, we put the ball on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10, and played it out, red zone situation. The 1 scored a touchdown. The 2s ended up holding the second offense to a field goal.
How much did the last few days dealing with kind of a stomach bug throw a wrench into camp?
Yeah, not ideal. It definitely got us out of whack, and we're still not full strength. Still got some guys out, and got some guys that were out there that were really battling through that didn't get cleared until this morning. So, it's not ideal. But, I told the kids, I said, after 2020, we can handle pretty much anything. It's kind of the next man up mentality. And I told the Wally Pipp story last night during the team meeting, and Lou Gehrig and all that stuff. And, I think that's important that, you never know what day is going to be your day. Jacob Sacred got the nod at right guard today with the first unit and played really, really well. And so, the fact that he was prepared for that, that's, you never forget that day when you get your chance and you're prepared, and all of a sudden now you got some confidence.
How's that wide receiver range shaking out?
I think really good. I think we've improved this week. I think we got multiple guys making plays. I think that, you don't just have one guy. You got several guys. I think our timing is getting better. The touchdown with the 1 offense was Holton to Isaiah. And so it was good to see him make that play. I think that's going to give him confidence and Holton confidence. And but there's, I think Jalen has had a very, very solid camp so far. I think CJ is having a very solid camp. Ryan is having a solid camp. Shane is having a solid camp. Josiah is having a very good camp. So I think that there's lots of guys doing a lot of good things.
What have you?
Go ahead.
What have you seen out of the corners? We heard this weekend that they feel like they're just hopping right in. Have you seen guys stepping into that kind of role?
Well, I think that, the older guys that have been with us, I think, are playing well. Malik, DeMel, Juwan Powell, even though Juwan did not practice today, he's had a good start to camp. I think, you're seeing, what can some of the younger guys do. I think that, Fletcher Marshall, I think he's probably going to be able to contribute hopefully this year. Isaiah Brown Murray, I think for a true freshman, is out there competing. We'll see if he's ready to play this year. Pre Washington is having a very solid camp. So, I think solid. Now I think they're getting challenged because if they line up against those top guys, they gotta have their stuff together now.
Looking ahead to Saturday, the first scrimmage, you put a lot of emphasis on trying to figure out who's gonna be that 2-3 spot potentially in some certain positions. What are your main goal coming out of that this Saturday, and how many plays do you expect to run and whatnot?
Well, I'd say we'll probably get somewhere around 100 plays in Saturday, some combination of the lineups. I think that, I think everybody will get work. Certainly some of the more known commodities that have played a lot of snaps for us, they'll get the work they need to continue improvement towards getting ready for the opener. I think the big thing is, figuring out who's going to be in that depth, who's going to travel. We're going to do a lot of special teams work on Saturday. We have everything installed. And so I wanted to get some live special teams work with the officials. So it'll be good. I mean, it's the first time in the stadium for some of those kids, and that's always, they got to get used to that. But looking forward to it.
Coach Stringer spoke on Saturday pretty candidly, and just what have you seen out of him as he's come back and been able to hop right and grow?
Well, that was pretty impressive watching him stand up there and talk like that Saturday. I'm probably as pleased with him and his maturity and growth as maybe anybody in the program. That first year, I didn't know if he'd be around after a year. It's just, the maturity level, he wasn't quite there. And, he had to grow up. He's grown up. As much as I hate that he missed the 2020 season, it may have been the best thing to ever happen to him. Because I think when you get something taken away from you, you figure out just how important it is to you. But I see him as one of our leaders. I see him as a positive example for the young kids. And certainly he's having a very good camp.
You look at safety, Tegan Wilk and Julius Ford, they both played a decent amount last year. But
Yep.
what's the biggest key kind of going from that part-time role to maybe trying to step into that full-time starting role for them?
Well, the spotlight gets bigger. It's different when somebody else is trotting out there first. But the spotlight gets a lot bigger when it's you. And so I think, just being able to handle the big stage, which I expect both of them to. They're both having outstanding camps. Sean Dorso, Jairo Wilson, both having outstanding camps. So I think we've got a good, combination of 4 guys there that I would see as starters playing those 2 safety positions on the back end. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See you Saturday.